Hello, YouTube. I am back again, and I am re-recording the I Speak Life video. Some of you might have seen the other one. However, I wanted this one to include the statistics because I need people to understand how serious the topic of suicide is. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in America. Second. It is the second leading cause of death among college students, and it is the third leading cause of death among the age group of 15 to 24. Over the past year, there have been 8.3 million people who have had suicidal thoughts. 1.1 million people have attempted suicide, and of that 1.1 million people, 38,364 people have succeeded, unfortunately. That equates to one attempt every 32 seconds and one success every 13 minutes. More women try to commit suicide than men, however, more men are successful. And for every one person that commits a suicide, there have been 25 attempts. So this poem, I Speak Life, is something that I felt led, God was leading me to write after having been surrounded by an influx of people who were suicidal and they didn't want to live anymore. And so God just said start writing, so I did. And I hope this blesses somebody. And remember, do not take a permanent solution for a temporary problem. I've been there, and I know how you feel. I feel the tears you're crying. I hear your plea for help. I know the thoughts you're thinking, for I've thought those thoughts myself. I know you feel so heavy and like you're on your own. You're surrounded by many people, but the people don't see you're all alone. Though I may not know you, I may have never seen your face, I may not know your story, may never have held you in my embrace. But I've come by with a message just for you. The hopelessness that you feel within, it will not last in you. You have so much potential. You have purpose that you may not see. So I'm speaking the blinders be removed and your future will come to be. You may feel no one understands the pain you experience every day. You may believe the world will be better off if you ended your life today. You may feel a void within yourself, or like grief only knows your name. You may have internally no self-worth and may bear the feelings of resentment and shame, but I've come to speak life to your situation, and I've come to speak life to your soul. I've come with encouragement and a glimmer of hope. I've come that you can start to feel whole. I'm not sure if you're a person who believes in God, not sure if you're a person of faith. I'm not come to shove a Bible down your throat, but biblically speaking, this I'll say. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and never beneath. And my God, He knows your personal pain. See Isaiah 53 verse 3. You were created in the image of God, and He doesn't make mistakes. You were created to be a ruler with purpose. Genesis 1:26 through 28. There's nothing you've done or pain you've experienced that Christ Himself hasn't felt or seen. I promise you this and tell you no lies. Look at Hebrews chapter 4 verse 15. Christ carried your hurt and bore your sorrows. He died so that you would have life. You've been healed by the shedding of His blood. Isaiah 53 verses 4 through 5. He never said that your life would be easy or that once you come to Him you would suffer no more. He never said there wouldn't be tests and trials. In fact, see James chapter 1 verses 1 through 4. So here's what I've come to tell you, and here's what I hope that you hear. You are significant and you matter in this earth and needs you here. To the young person in school bullied daily, to the person who was molested as a child, to the individual who was neglected by a parent, to the one whose divorce has been filed, to the individual who struggles with identity, and you who battle with self-esteem, to those who strive for perfection, and to those who feel they'll never be free. To those of you who just lost a child, and to you who are battling disease, to you who feel financially trapped, and to those who've experienced a tragedy, to individuals who face depression, and to you who have been raped, to you who carry emotional scars and who feel their misery they won't escape. To the addict who's trying to self-destruct, to the one who smiles as if everything's okay. The numbness you feel internally, I'm calling it out today. To those of you who feels like God doesn't care, I promise you He does. To those of you who are just tired of trying because you feel your efforts are never enough. To those of you who feel you've never been loved and you who feel internal decay, your struggle is heavy on my heart, and for you, daily, yes, I pray. So I speak life to those who are listening. You will live and surely not die. I validate the feelings that you have, and with you I can say I've empathized. But death is not the answer, and I know you want the pain to just go away. But you can find comfort in His arms if you give Him your cares today. See, the thing about God is that you can be honest. You don't have to be phony or fake. You can tell Him your emotions and how you feel, and He'll be the mender of your heartache. 1 Peter chapter 5, look at verse 10, because it promises this to you. After a little suffering on your behalf, God will strengthen, restore, and establish you. When there was no reason of hope for the future, Abraham kept believing anyway, because God said the descendants he would have. Romans 4:18, so keep your faith, God's grace is sufficient just for you. Remember, power is perfected in weakness and pain. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9 speaks of that for you to retain. So, to you who are hurting, to you who feel numb, to you who feel empty and who feel you won't be enough, to you who are broken, to you who are shamed, to you who feel trapped, and to you who feel blamed, I'm speaking prophetically into your situation, Proverbs 18:21, as a consolation. The power of life and death that lies in your tongue, and those who love it will eat the fruit thereof. So to you I speak life and prosperity. I speak salvation for your soul. I speak emotional healing, and I speak joy. I speak that you will be made whole. I declare your purpose be revealed. I decree suicidal thoughts will cease. I command the enemy flee from you. I proclaim that you will have peace. Remember, God created you because you do matter, and He doesn't make mistakes. So I decree and declare that you will live, and from the enemy your life you'll retake. Be blessed, y'all.